Hello and welcome to Otanime, despite what you may see on the on the screen there.
Oh, whoops!
I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Rika's son one, the only one, Michael Crawford.
Good, people, it's good.
LeRay Williams.
What up? You know the manga guy, the visual aid guy. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my manga visual aids out since I just moved.
The moving god. Emilio Lopez.
Hello, guys. I'm not 300 times stronger than I was the last time you see me.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And, of course, Mr. Carlos Romero.
Cheerio!
All right, guys, we're here talking about them animes. So,
Yo, man, I just apologize for that one. I'm so used to it's always the phases that we go through. It's like, you know, throw down your questions, throw down your questions. Otanime! And I wasn't here the last time.
No, you weren't. But and this time it's your turn, man.
This time it is my turn.
But we will speak about that at the end of the show. Why don't I have my camera on? Anyway.
I don't know. Yo, man, you TD.
Anyway, yes, anime we've been watching lately. Let's start off with Rika's son 1. What you been watching, Riku? Watching them animes, man?
You really want to start off with me, man?
Yes.
All right, man.
The bus, son.
All right, well, I was actually writing it down because I had to look at my fucking history on the mount just so I didn't forget anything, because there were a couple of little side movies that I was watching also, and I forgot that the last time I said what I was watching. So I just wanted to make sure. I think I got everything. Yes, I got everything. Okay. So as far as what I've been watching, obviously Dragon Ball Super. I got caught up with Haikyuu, which is really good. I think they had an episode that came out today, so I'm behind again. Same thing goes with no, not Noragami. I'm behind Noragami. Orari no Seraph of the End. I got caught up with that, and then an episode came out today, so I'm behind again. That's getting good.
I thought you was done with that.
Orari no Seraph? They're on season 2.
Yeah, I thought you was done with it. Like, I'm not watching this.
Oh no, I said I would be done with it when and I was talking about the manga. I said I was gonna be done with the manga if the manga doesn't pick up, you know, what it was doing by the time this season is over, then I'm dropping the manga. That's what I said. But I think they're on episode 9 right now, out of 12. One Punch, I'm always caught up with One Punch. They actually just had a side story that came out today called One Punch Man Road to Hero, I think it's called. Road to Hero, yeah. And it basically shows, it's like a flashback before he lost his hair and whatnot. It's really interesting. I would literally just finish writing a review for it. Other than that, I finally watched Kekai Sensen, episode 12. Get that out of my hold section. Episode 12, which took like 3 months to come out after the other episodes, because it couldn't air on TV because it was over 30 minutes. People overhyped it. Kekai Sensen.
Was it the anime that Rafik was talking about?
No, that's not the one Rafik was talking about. I don't think Rafik has even seen, what's the English name? Blood Battlefront Blockade, I think?
Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, that one. And then obviously Gundam. I'm always caught up with Gundam. Iron Blooded Orphans is really fucking good right now. And lastly, I watched this a couple days ago. I just had it on my hard drive, and I think LeRay and a couple of our other friends in our chat room were talking about it, so I downloaded it and watched it a couple days ago. It's called Hotaru no Haka, aka
Brave with the Fireflies.
Oh,
Yes.
You've never seen that?
No, I've never seen it, because I'm not a Studio Ghibli guy.
No, let him tell you how he felt about it.
Yeah, I need to hear this one.
Yeah.
What do you think of Grave of the Fireflies, man? Based on a true story, by the way.
I can tell. Firstly, I want to say that I've never seen a Studio Ghibli movie, ever. None of them.
Whoa!
So,
how do you pull that off?
I don't know, I'm just... I don't have anime fans, so I don't. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't have anyone to talk to about anime, so all of the classic, popular stuff that everyone was talking about would go right over my head. You know.
That's
Damn,
crazy
even
because like
Princess Mononoke?
yeah, like
No,
Studio
I
Ghibli
mean I've
stuff
heard of them
is
now, and I'm slowly going to watch them, but that's why I
Like
started with this one.
when
Huh.
when I was younger, before I was even into anime, I was even conscious of anime. Like I'll watch Princess Mononoke somehow it came into my view, and I just sat there watching it as a little kid.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard good stuff about the Ghibli movies. As far as this one, I thought it was fine. I I'm not a fan of the anime that's out there to make me feel depressed, and it definitely did. I think they got their point across. This is a pretty fucking sad movie, and if you want to cry, go ahead. And there's a lot of sad stuff in it. And as far as like you said it's based off of a true story, so I understand that. But I think as an you know from an enjoyment factor, it was lackluster to me. I thought the story was it was just set up for you. It was playing no really nothing. I didn't think it was that deep, and I think it wasn't meant to be deep. So I guess I went in there. Everyone's always talking about the Studio Ghibli movie, so I was expecting something, you know, as far as when it came to the story, something deep. But it's straightforward. All of you guys know the story of it. So
I need to jump in. Studio Ghibli movies are not really about the heaviness of the story, or I mean, like
Yeah.
the depth of the story. It's not about that. It's more about the characters and the emotions they go through and stuff. It's not really about like these deep plots. It's not about that at all.
Yeah,
And so make sure to keep that in mind.
if that's the case, then I'm probably not gonna like any of them. We'll find out.
You need to watch Princess Mononoke at least, man.
Princess
Well,
Mononoke.
That one at least has a lot of action, and I'm pretty sure you can appreciate that.
Yeah, that is the most anime-ish film and of Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah,
You know,
because
they're-
most of the others are not very anime-ish at all.
Oh, he needs to watch Spirited Away and House Moving Castle.
Howl's
Yeah.
moving in.
I don't know if Riku would like that.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
he'll.
Yeah,
like
I
it.
don't think so.
Princess Mononoke, I think you'll like Riku because
Yeah.
And I
would
don't
say
see him like
I'll probably
Ponyo
watch it
either.
before-
Yeah,
probably watch it
Ponyo,
before
no.
this episode.
maybe Natsuka, and what is the other one?
Porco Rosso.
Castle in the Sky.
Porco Rosso.
Yeah, Castle in the Sky. Those are the more anime-ish, but they're not like super action-packed.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. So I would suggest you just watch Princess Mononoke. I'm pretty sure you'll like that one.
The
I
one
hope,
thing
I hope I do.
The one thing about Studio Ghibli video, films, they're very relaxed.
Yeah.
If an apocalypse is happening, everybody is walking. You know what I mean? That's the way it kind of is. Like they'll be like, "Oh my God!" One of the characters like, "Oh my God! There's these horrible things that are happening." Oh, really? That's very interesting. Maybe we should do something about it. And then they'll slowly walk out the door. It's like that. But the Princess Mononoke is the more kind of like, oh, all right, yeah, we're following kind of a bit of a badass here,
All right, I'll watch that one before the next episode. I'll tell you what I think about that one. But
Yeah.
as far
That's a good one.
Grave of the Fireflies, I gave it a 6. It was fine.
It's
Wow.
it's
I think. I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't like a film like Perfect Blue either.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't.
It's
I
too
haven't
much.
seen that one. I've heard
or any
about
of the
it.
Satoshi Kon movies.
I think
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't.
I think for you, anime is more about the extremes rather than, than trying to tell a more serious kind of almost movie like like normal film like movie.
Yeah, he wouldn't like Jinro either. It's not a Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
movie. He wouldn't like- he
Jinro's
wouldn't
not
like
one
that
for
either.
you either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just heard stuff about it, and I barely watch anything that people talk about, so I decided to go with that one. And
Just to interject real quick, Grave of the Fireflies. That's like one of the few movies that actually made me cry.
Yeah, that movie's
Like,
fucking deep.
I don't-
Man.
it's-
That movie
It's
fucking-
it's a very heavy film. It's
yeah, and especially when you find out because it's based off a novel. You find out the reason the reason the guy did all this is because he wanted to apologize to his sister because he let her die. You know, it's like,
Right.
damn, that's fucking heavy, dude. You know.
When they do that flashback after she dies, when she does a salute, man, that gets me every time.
Man, you know, and you
No,
I
guys
think
know
they've
me,
probably
man.
done better as a live action.
I think there are a lot of films that kind of blur that line. They're like anime films that are they could have been films.
That's the beautiful thing about anime, though. It encompasses so much. It doesn't just have to be about guys with crazy superpowers throwing shit around. You know, it could just be a normal movie. You know, that's why anime is great.
You can tell a very serious story, or a very I mean, like no Disney film would ever do something like that.
Yeah.
Talking about the bomb and all that stuff. No, it's always about like happy-go-lucky stuff. Hey, maybe a little bit of conflict.
From what I understand of Grave of the Fireflies, you said it was based on a real story. I think what I understood of it is it's based off World War II and the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But instead of atomic bombs, they used those fire. Well, they burned everything pretty much.
Oh, they used napalm, right?
Yeah, it was the fire bombings. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the symbolism of that was to show how the psyche of the people, how it was destroyed just slowly instead of just this whole bomb that takes it all.
Yeah, no, I mean that.
They really firebombed.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. They firebombed the shit out of Japan.
They napalmed the shit out of Japan before the bombs dropped.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
It wasn't an allegory. All that shit that happened in that movie those two characters were real people. Like the little boy, right? He grew up and he wrote this novel because again, that was eating him up inside. That he let his sister die and he wanted to. Japanese are very much about forgiving. He wanted to ask forgiveness of his sister because he let her die like that. But she died, and that's a fucked up thing about this movie too. It's like to me, I'm like, if she would have got shot, if she would have got eaten by a wolf, if she would have died any other way, it would have been bad, but not as bad as just slowly dying from starvation.
Yeah,
that's the part that gets me, man. So that's what makes this movie heavy. That's real. That it's not like based. Like no, he wrote that fucking thing about his sister who he wanted to beg forgiveness for. So that's what made it even more intense. That movie is fucking classic.
And
man.
then the other thing is like again, like I was saying, is like what. People would make a film of that, but what company would ever think to make a heavy book like that in,
to an anime,
an autobiography of, or a first-hand account of what happened to them into an animated film?
Yeah. Obviously, only anime would do that because they're Japanese. That World War II totally shaped their entire culture afterwards, right? That's why you see so much imagery about atom bombs and stuff. But no Western animated studio would touch that. No fucking way. No way. They would do a live action movie before they do an animated one.
There was a point in maybe the late 70s, early 80s where you had, Watership Down and Plague Dogs and even the Secret Dim. Even what was that?
Apocalypse Now. Kind of stuff?
No, these are animated films.
Oh, okay.
This is Animal Farm, these kind of like almost like allegories. Even The Secret of Nim, allegories for all kinds of horrible things that have happened to people. Like they've done those sorts of films, but those films never reached. I mean, with the exception of Secret of Nim, those films never were like Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they are pretty fucked up. I mean, like.
Oh yeah.
Watership Down. Oh my god.
What got me about the movie was like I was living in Japan at the time, and it was selling fruit drops, the same one that the guy's sister.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But on the front of those, they had the girl on it.
Oh.
They had the girl on it. So every time you go in the supermarket or something, or 7-Eleven, you see that little girl on there. You're like, oh, I gotta get this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But but that's a cool kind of tribute to her too. Like I guess in a way, she lives on. Through because of what her brother did. Tell the world that story.
Man, when she was chewing on the marbles, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, we do a whole podcast on that fucking movie, man. Yeah, Rick was like, what y'all niggas talking about?
No, I know. It's just nothing. I just none of it was enjoyable to me. It was just like, okay, 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 and then montage of them happy, go lucky, and then they died. I'm like,
Damn, freak. All right, let's. Ricky, you got anything else, or are you good?
no, that was it. Other than that, Katanagatari, which we're gonna talk about later. Yeah, that's it. I mean,
Alright.
yeah.
Cool. Let's see, Carlos, man, what you got?
So I've been watching just my weekly stuff. One Piece. It's almost at the end of the Dressrosa arc, so it's getting good. Watching One Punch Man. It's really good, but this is going to be controversial. I think
Uh-oh.
it's kind of overrated.
Why?
It's just, I don't know. I like I think the best thing about it is a comedy, and I think that's what it tries to push the most. The fighting sequences are good, but it's kind of few and far between, and it's kind of more of a fighting based comedy show. And I don't know. I don't get the hype as much. It's kind of like a 7-8 type of show, but people are just I think this year has been kind of weak in comparison to other years as far as anime. So people just want to cling on to that hyped anime. They want that Fate Stay Night, Attack on Titan kind of fix where just there's this collective show that everyone is obsessed with. And I just feel like this show doesn't really deliver like those other ones do. But that's just my opinion.
Interesting.
And I think I'm watching also. I think what my favorite show is gonna be is Haikyuu, man. I love that show so much.
I told you, man.
It's good, man. And it's just about volleyball. It's all about volleyball, and it's freaking awesome. And
Right,
that's I watched. Sorry, I also watched 2 One Piece movies. I watched Strong World and Film Z, and both of those are really good. I think those are the 2 best One Piece movies that have come out, and they're both great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Man, I still need to watch some One Piece movies, man. All right, LeRay, what about you, man?
So what I've watched, Gangsta. Watched a few episodes of that. My anime viewing is where I'm not consistent with anything. Let's see. I've also started watching Origami, Arigato. Watched 2 episodes of that with my roommate. He wanted to watch it even though I read the manga, so I just sat down and watched those 2 episodes. One Punch Man. I feel your pain about it being overrated, Carlos. Where we state my opinion on this show multiple times how I feel about One Punch Man. But I still can't stop watching it because it's eye candy.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. I also started the 7 Deadly Sins. I feel like that's just like a generic action anime. It's just like something to have in the background while I'm just like reading manga or something. So that's it for me.
All right, Chris, what you got?
Do the what makes you special animations in Fallout 4 count? As,
That would be a no.
okay. Yeah, I haven't kept up with much. Besides watching some of the anime of the month, I have not really watched anything. I watched. I think I'm 3 episodes behind with Yoshio Totoro, and that's pretty much the only show I'm really trying to keep up with. Because I've just been playing games, man. I've been on Fallout, and actually, I got a new job last week, so I've been cranking on that.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah,
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's been a busy month, and Fallout and Bloodborne: The Old Hunters ate my freaking time. So
And your face.
and my face. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But I know what makes me special. I watch all those things.
All right, Manny, what you got?
Well, LeRay was talking about 7 Deadly Sins. I actually finished watching 7 Deadly Sins a while ago while I was in crunch mode. One of the reasons why I wasn't on the show. I think either that or was out. Anyway,
You were like in Philadelphia.
I was in Philadelphia at the time. Anyway, yeah, I watched all of 7 Deadly Sins, which is a fun show. I mean, it's not, I mean, they get some cool things here or there, but it's It's along the same lines as that fairy tale show, which is kind of a big fight show, but it has some cool things, about it. Once you start meeting all the characters, it's very RPG-ish, you start off with one person, and then they find that person, they find another person, and it's a cool show. The other show I've been watching is Death Note.
For the first time?
I've seen Death Note, but I only saw it at the point when when L was replaced.
Yeah, he saw when the show got bad, basically. Because I remember I was talking to Manny about it. He was like, "Yo, this Death Note show, I don't like it too much now. I know why." Because we jumped into
I was like, I mean, I understood what was going on with the whole thing. I was like, but this is stupid. Whatever. I don't want to watch it anymore.
From a poetic justice standpoint,
what do you think about the show? Actually, watching it from the beginning, though, you think that arc is stronger than the final one?
I do think it's a lot stronger, but I also feel at the same time they don't know where to go. Especially when certain things in the story happen, like when they finally find out that the Shin Megamis are actually exist and all that stuff. All the cats come out of the bag, and I think at that point you can't go any further. And it already feels like it's running into a wall.
You know what's funny? You know your big complaint about Jessica Jones is that the Purple Man can do all this shit, but he doesn't take advantage of it. That's my problem with Light Yagami. It's like, dude,
it's the same thing with
anyone. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's totally the same with Light, because number one, he could totally, when he literally figures out all kinds of kooky different ways of killing people. Like, okay, he can kill this person at a certain time, do all these different specific things. But for some reason, he wants everybody to know that he's doing what he's doing.
But my thing is, like, why are you only killing Japanese guys? You could kill, like, these horrible dictators around the world.
Yeah, exactly. He's very limited. He's like, he wants to free the world, but apparently the world only seems to be Japan.
Yeah.
And the thing is, at the other side of it, it's like he's so interested in the law, but for some reason, he's also... he for some reason also sees the police officers and people that are coming after him as evil too, and kills those guys. It's a little bit off. He's a little crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, theoretically, you're all working on the same side. He could easily control them to say certain things, right? So why wouldn't you do stuff like that? Like, in other words, just be like, have all this stuff happen, But yeah. I do feel like at the same, and then there's that one point where he loses his, he gives up his power and he loses his memory. I feel like that was a little bit of it almost felt like it was like stretching something out longer than it needed to be stretched. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anything else?
No, good stuff.
As far as me. Yeah, much like Chris, man, it's been a rough fucking month. Fallout. And then on top of that, I got the fucking gig, and I got all... And then, okay, I didn't really have much of a game to get in this month until the last week. They got Tomb Raider and Just Cause 3. It's like, holy fuck. So I managed to slip in some anime in the cracks, like some Toonami shit, even I'm still, like, literally 6 weeks behind on that. So I finished Sword Art Online... Man, I don't know about how I feel about that ending of that fucking show, man.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's garbage. It's just like, it's just boring. I've been watching Akame ga Kill. I'm up to the part where the main dude gets the fucking gay guy's armor. So I'm up to there. Actually, he's like, he escaped from that crazy bitch that wanted to have sex with him.
That's the.
Death, yeah, he escaped from her and stuff. Even I'm like, yo, get it in, son. Like, she wants it. What's up? She's having them titties in your face. Get it in, man. But he's a typical anime guy. Oh no, the titties. He gets all squeamy. He's like, dude, hit it. It's right there. What else I've been watching? One Piece I've been watching. Right now, I was watching a little bit of a filler arc after Eni's Lobby and shit. Wasn't really feeling that, but what are you gonna do? What else? Oh yeah, Michiko and Hatchin. I like this show, man. It's interesting what they do. It's like they'll have like 3 or 4 episodes that are kind of connected to the main story, and then like 3 or 4 episodes were just side stories about the main characters. It's just really cool, unique show. And again, I like the fact that it takes place in Brazil. I don't know any anime that takes place in Brazil. It's crazy, and of course Dragon Ball Z Kai, you know, because it's Dragon Ball, can't let that go. It's fun, man. And right now Goku just turned into a Super Saiyan and shit. It's pretty dope. That's the one I'm current with. Like all the other anime, I kind of less about Dragon Ball Z Kai. No, I'm watching the shit now. No waiting. You know, gotta watch some Dragon Ball Z's. I feel like I'm missing one, but yeah, that's basically been it. Yeah, what happened?
You watch Parasite?
Oh yes, I want to talk about. Thank you, LeRay. I want to talk about Parasite real quick. Okay, kind of like most of you guys, I was a little iffy with those voices for the first episode, but then they get better. You know, as they go on. Okay, that's cool. I only saw maybe 5 episodes. What was the last episode I saw? Shit, I don't remember, but I think I'm like 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm enjoying it, man. Like I said,
talking about the dub, right?
Yeah, the dub. Yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying the fact that I don't have to look at the bottom of the screen the entire time. I can actually look at what's happening. You know, Parasite is great, man. I'm fucking loving it. You know, it's a fantastic show. Parasite is probably I don't know if we're gonna talk about this next episode, but it's probably my anime of the year, man. It's just fantastic.
Well, so
you know, it hits me on a lot of levels, man. You know.
Here's my question: What are animes that came out last year and transferred to this year considered part of this year's anime?
As far as I'm concerned, it is. If it ended this year, it's a this year anime. That's the way I see it. I don't know I don't know if there's an official thing for it, but to me, if it ended this year, it's a 2015 anime. You know, unless the majority of it is in last year. If it's like 24 episodes and you end the 25th episode in January, no, then you're last year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Parasite was mostly this year, wasn't it?
English dub.
No. I'm talking about the regular Parasite.
No.
Remember
All of the episodes ended last year.
Are you sure about that?
It ended this year.
We saw episodes live on this show, man.
Well, in January?
Yes, not even January. I think it was.
So
in February.
I have the stats here.
Sure.
So it started October 8th, and it ended in March of this year.
Oh, that's the majority of last year.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call because that's a lot of months. That's okay. October, November, December, January. Geez, yeah, it's like half and half. It's literally half. But anyway, I'm still going Parasite, my anime of the year. It's fucking great. Yeah, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the anime of the month, Katanagatari, because no time, man, no time. Too many games, too much work, too much shit. But I will let you fellas talk about it. So yes, let's talk about it. Katanagatari. Carlos, since it's your anime, give us a rundown of what the show is all about.
Yeah, so Katanagatari pretty much it's a story of this guy named Shishika, who does this kind of a swordsman type of battle, whatever you call it, called Kyotoryu. And pretty much what this type of swordsmanship is it's just fighting without swords, so kind of using your body as a sword. And he is approached by this girl named Togame, who works for the government, who wants him to go after these 12 swords, which were crafted by this masterful swordsman. And what the story is, if you collect these 12 swords, then you can change the course of history. And pretty much what this is it's kind of it's 12 episodes, and there's 12 swords, so each episode they're going off to get the swords. And just a little context for the character itself, the main character, he lives in a isolated island with just his sister and his dad, and he inherits this being the master of Kyotoryu from his father. And so him and Togame, the girl that works for the government, go on this long adventure going for these swords on different places on inland Japan, and it goes on from there. But yeah,
right, so yeah, let's get into it. So what are your thoughts on it?
I like it a lot. It's a good combination of action and story. I think a lot of people, the biggest problem most people have is that it's really conversation centric. There's a lot of dialogue, but I think it's really interesting. I like the characters. The characters grow within each episode, especially Shichika, since he's never really interacted with other people before, other than his sister and his dad. So it's pretty interesting, his perspective of the world when he goes through these places, especially getting on later on when he really becomes within his own. And yeah, I really like it. I gave it a 9 on my Mal. I'm really interested. Yeah, man, it's really good. I think it's one of the best endings I've ever seen, and the 7th episode is one of the best episodes I've ever seen in anime.
That's a pretty. I just hearing the setup for it sounds cool. It's like he's a swordsman, but he doesn't use a sword.
Yeah, he doesn't use a sword, and it's pretty interesting. So he has a crux, right? So like he fights under one condition: he can't break the swords that he's fighting against. So he pretty much has this big crutch on him that he has to use while fighting. And at the ending, it's even more badass because that limit gets lifted off from him, and he can destroy whatever he wants. That's when he goes berserk.
Right, LeRay, what do you think?
I thought it was honestly generic.
Uh-oh.
Because it's like this mysterious stranger come to this like barren island, asking someone to help them fetch 12 swords of legend. So it sounds like a story I've probably heard before, or something that's easily thought of. I really didn't like the main character. Sorry, I'm horrible with names. Tsuchiko, what you call? What's his name called?
Shichika.
I think he was stupid. He didn't even recognize the Tomine when he was fighting the first ninja. He's like always gets confused by how people look.
Yeah.
Which people find funny, but I just found stupid. I found the art style very boring. Especially with the eyes. I didn't enjoy that. But what I did find interesting is how he had to kill his own sister.
Yeah, man.
That was messed up. And
she was OP as fuck.
What's up?
Okay.
I think so.
Right. I think it was. Oh, continue.
Yeah, that was messed up that he had to kill his own sister. And also that I couldn't believe that he fell in love with Tomine. Like, especially at the first episode, he's like, I think I'll follow for you. What? I know that was supposed to be funny, but like, still it felt flat for me. And then when she dies, she says that she fall in love with him, which is very tragic for him, and that's
I thought
pretty.
she said the opposite.
What's up?
I thought she said the opposite. When she was dying, she was like, I was just using you and blah, 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 blah. But,
well, she said that so he wouldn't feel as bad by losing her.
I mean, it was still their last.
It wasn't really explicit, but yeah, I think that's what I got from it.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, I don't know, I felt that the romance was forced. And one of the stupidest things ever in that anime was like when they was like first went to mainland, and she was like, you need to wear some clothes during the winter time. You're midriff and everything's showing, and then like they go shopping for clothes, and he got new clothes, but it's just his same parts of his body is exposed. He just got different clothes on now. Like, what the heck? Like, no one's complaining about what he's wearing now. But what else?
So you finished it.
So
you finished it.
Yes. I just thought that, like, it was generic, except that sacrifices you had to make. That was it.
His sister, you mean?
Yes. His sister and his love, Tomine, even though that he didn't sacrifice her, she just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Riku, man, what you think?
Give me 1 second.
He's gotta put up his mouth. He's gotta put up his mouth.
Well, I mean, I wrote a review for it. I'm just making sure that when I say,
Man, what site you wrote that review for?
No.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I write all my reviews.
Man, nigga, you should be writing for the coalition, man.
Hey. I write reviews for fun, just like. Sure. Okay. I thought
are you gonna read your review now? Like, I thought this was a very good anime. I like the part that they had animation.
If I would have did that, I would have did that for Grave of the Fireflies, because I wrote a review for that too. I didn't do it for Fireflies.
You gotta read that now. This anime was bullshit. I didn't like the part where they died. Alright, I'll stop.
Okay. No, I thought the anime was good. Um, but I did feel it lacked in certain areas. As far as character development, I do agree with you, Carlos. Chichika, he probably went through like I would say about four different phases in the anime. You know, the first phase, his ignorant, well, not yeah, ignorant, uh, um, his ignorant phase, and he kind of didn't really care about certain things. Like when he was fighting the first swordsman, everything this dude was saying, he was just like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And then for the stuff he didn't understand, he was like, I don't understand that. You know, that was his first phase. And then the second phase is, you know, obviously when he got close with Togame, and Togame kept on, you know, Shiryu punching him. He eventually got used to that, and he started to become more playful. And you know, that's probably his second phase, his playful, starting to understand stuff side. And then what was his third phase? Oh, yes, his third phase is obviously when Togame dies, and he basically turns into freaking Otosai that manslayer, and he he goes on this. What was it? Episode? Was it the last episode he did that on?
Yeah,
Okay,
she
the last
died in
episode.
the second to last episode.
Yeah, she died at the end, and then they cliffhangered us. Um, episode 12 when he was straight raping everybody. Um, you know, that's another character development. He changed once again. Just he it was kind of like his first one where he didn't care, but he definitely it was more like he didn't give a fuck, and he just wanted to, you know, set everything straight and all of this stuff because he could have just left. And then his last phase, obviously after that, or what was it, probably like the last 15 minutes where it's kind of like this laid back kind of phase, and he's with the blonde girl now. And yeah, so as far as the 12 episodes, he went through quite a few phases, but I don't want to make these it's just 12 episodes because obviously these episodes are 90 minutes long or something like that.
No, I think they're 50 minutes maybe.
50, yes, 50. So you take that into consideration. Around it's like for an average anime that'll be three, so around this was technically like a 30 some odd. So he had a quite decent amount of time for all of those phases. So if there's anything I liked, I do like the characterization he got throughout this entire anime. As far as Togame, she was annoying. I didn't like her. The whole Cheerio thing that got played out by episode 2, and then they kept on, she kept on pushing it, and then even to the point where she was gonna die. She was like, "Make sure Cheerio, everyone sing it apart." I'm like, "You're dying. Let Cheerio die with you, girl." I didn't like any of that. As far as all of the other characters, I thought a couple of the other characters had um, an okay story behind it, especially with the amount of time that they had. Um, like when I think it was episode 5, where um, the main character's sister, it was basically all about her and how she was fighting those three ninjas that tried to take her out. I
Yeah.
thought those three ninjas, I thought their story was pretty interesting. I like that. But getting off of characters, if there's anything that irked me about this show, it was, if I had to put it into one word, it was anticlimactic. A lot of scenes or fight scenes in this anime ended anticlimactic to me. I probably thought the best ending to a fight was in episode 1, where he did that, I don't even know what you want to call it, the Neji Palm thing. I think he did that at the end of the um, I think he did that in episode 12 when he was fighting the last dude. He did that again, and it looked better. Um, I thought those two were probably the best fight. Every fight in between, I thought was anticlimactic. Like when he was fighting the armor guy, it basically ended with him throwing him. When he was fighting
You didn't like the fight with the guy in the room? I thought that was good.
the guy in the
Talking about
that
the
one,
guy.
that one was good. That one was good, but I barely remember it. It was like it
You talking
wasn't
about the
even
guy that
memorable.
soaked his sword in the blood?
No, the one that was just he stayed in the room. He was always sitting down, and if you enter that room, you enter his domain.
Didn't he soak his blood, his sword in blood?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, like I thought that was boring too, because like he just finished.
I didn't think it was boring. I thought when I was watching, I thought it was cool. I don't think it was like I said, I barely remember it. It wasn't rememberable. But I didn't think it was bad. There was a couple of other fights. There was one fight that I really wanted to see, and I think you know what I'm talking about. It was at the end of episode 4, and for the preview for episode 5, he's going to fight that one swordsman with the white long hair and the umbrella. And they were hyping up in episode 2 and episode 3. They were literally showing little side 5-minute little previews of this dude and how badass he is, and they were literally calling him the strongest swordsman and everything. And in the preview, we see these two fighting, and it looks fucking hype. They're fighting across the river, and they're like slicing through rocks and bouncing all around. I'm like, okay, I can't wait for this fight. And then episode 5 comes, and we're talking about a sister. Now, granted, like I said, I liked the sister episode when sister was fighting the 3 ninjas, but that whole fight we saw in the preview, never got to see it. And if there was anything I was hyped for, it was that, because they were hyping it up. And they're like, at the end of this, that sister episode, I think around the end, they're like, oh yeah, so I beat him. That was a really amazing fight. He was really strong. I barely won. I'm like, yeah, and we didn't get to fucking see it. And it was just a lot of the fights I felt ended kind of like that. It was just the fight was good, but the ending was anticlimactic, and that irked me a lot. What else? Am I missing anything? I think that's about it. I gave it a 7. Around the sister episode when he was fighting his sister, it was at an 8. But then everything after that, it slowly digressed back to a 7. I didn't think it really went anywhere, but I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was a very good. So I just gave it a 7. It's good. So yeah, that's it.
What do you guys think of the format? Because this isn't the usual anime where it's like 20 minutes and stuff, like 50 minutes per episode.
I remember I was talking to a friend. He was like, "Oh, it's one of those. I can't wait for one of those." And I was like, honestly, I think for anime it needs to be kept to 20 some odd minutes. I think the whole 40 plus minutes for an anime. Because I know these episodes were coming out monthly, right? It came out all 2012. Yeah, 1 month. I understand that you get 1 episode a month, yada yada yada. But obviously, if you're trying to binge watch it, you're in for a lot of content. And I will be surprised if you can knock 3+ episodes out in a day. Because I couldn't. It was like I think I watched about 2 episodes a day when I was watching them. Because that's 2 hours gone. that's a lot of time as far as anime.
How many episodes of an anime do you typically watch?
A day?
Yeah.
From one anime or from multiple different animes?
Well, from all the anime combined in a single day.
Average, honestly, 5.
5. So that's 2.5 hours roughly. So this would be 5 episodes.
That's all my anime time on one. That's all my anime time. So by the time I finish a Katanagatari episode, I really don't feel like watching anything else.
Yeah, because if one episode is almost 3 anime in one basically for you.
Yeah, and when it comes to watching, like I said, that's when I asked you, are you talking about one anime or multiple animes? Because when you talk about multiple animes, you're getting your interest level for different animes are obviously on different levels. If you're going to watch Akame ga Kill and then you go and watch One Punch, you're hyped. When you finish that Akame ga Kill episode, let's say that Akame ga Kill episode was meh, and it kind of puts you to sleep, you're kind of dozing off. But you got One Punch now, so now you're hyped and you're all woken up again. But if you're dozing off on that Akame ga Kill episode, do you want to watch another Akame ga Kill episode? Not really, especially if that episode is it might be just like the last, and you might fall asleep because you were dozing off before,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So if you're watching different anime, if I'm watching different anime, I can watch more of it. But as far as like binge watch, I'm not a binge watcher, honestly. So that's why I get these Otanime. I try to get these Otanimes done. These Otanime things. I try to get them done early in that month.
I binge watch, but the thing is that most of the shows that I watch are just. I mean, most of the ones I tend to watch are ones that are more talky related.
If I do binge watch something, I will definitely binge watch it in dub. That's one way I can definitely binge watch something in dub. But as far as sub, that's previously what I said.
It takes more effort. Yeah.
I think the problem for me for Katanagatari starting to watch it is that I did not know it was an hour long. So I was just sitting there watching it like, yo, this is gonna end. Like I swear, like 30 minutes has passed.
Obviously, they also didn't make a good use of the time. If you're starting to feel the time that that the episodes are. I mean,
think for
the Gundam,
majority of the episodes.
those OVA Gundam episodes, right? Those things are an hour long. Was it Gundam Unicorn? And those things are pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think when it came to Katanagatari, like he said, he had to collect all of these swords, and I guess it's probably subjective because Carlos said he enjoyed it, but I found it a little bit repetitive when he's basically the template for majority of the episodes are guy goes to new village or area. He has to get the sword from said person in the area. A bunch of cheerio and jokes that may or may not make you laugh for about around half of the episode. They talk to the person who they want to get the sword to a lot. They spend time in that city doing I don't even know. They're just fucking around, honestly. And then around the end, they have their anticlimactic fight, and then they get the sword. That's basically how I felt about majority of the episodes. That's kind of the formula.
Like no emotion in your voice. Yeah, they go here, then you get the shit, then they have anticlimactic battle.
I don't know, because they're hyping up this. It's an hour long. They're hyping up this fight for the end. Fight to whoever has the sword, and then I get to the fight. It's good. Yes. And then I felt majority of the endings for every fight. It just didn't live up to the whole hour it built up to it.
Oh, man, they give you the blue balls.
I'm just trying to keep it honest. I'm not going to come in here and be like, oh yeah, it was fucking great, man.
It's great, guys. They ain't paying us, man. Keep it real.
No, I'm not gonna bullshit you, man. I like I said, I thought it was good. I just didn't think it was anything more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't marathon it either, but I watched maybe one.
Yeah, if I was watching it monthly, I probably would have a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I disagree with the whole anticlimactic thing. I think all the stories were really well placed, in my opinion.
Like I said, it wasn't the story I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual choreography and how the fights conclude. Like this, the one with the one against the guy with the armor. Obviously when he fought him in the tower, it was way more badass. He freaking on some One Punch Man shit. Dude's freaking armor exploded. But when he fought him the first time, I understand. Yeah, you're not supposed to you're not supposed to damage the sword and all that stuff. But
I mean, if you're gonna mention if you're gonna mention
a strong dude just taken out because he was thrown, like really?
But if you're gonna mention anticlimactic and you like One Punch Man is just the same thing over and over again. It's like every hero gets fucked up, and then
I know in One Punch, but the problem with that is, when I watch One Punch for the fights, I already said this multiple times. It's not for Saitama. It's for everyone else. Genos' fights are awesome, and he loses every single time. Speed of Silent Sonic and everything that happened in the Sea King episode, I thought all of those fights were great. So it's not necessarily, when it comes to One Punch Man, it's not about the conclusion, because we know how the conclusion is going to be.
It's honestly anticlimactic.
It's anticlimactic, but it's different. You can't compare the two.
Yo, I said this in the chat. I was like, every anime is weak now compared to One Punch Man for Riku.
Man, I feel the same way. I feel like it takes away from the fights. Like the people are going through the struggle when Saitama's just gonna come in to save them anyway. So.
You know, Genos is gonna get fucked up. Like it's like some of his fights are cool and stuff, but he's gonna get fucked up. So there's no point in anticipating what he's gonna do.
But so you're trying to tell me even if it's enjoyable, you're not going to give it any credit.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
What did you make it sound like?
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying.
He's like, nigga, did you say what I think you just said about One Punch Man?
I'm saying.
No, I'm just like.
That's what Rika really said.
No, because I'm saying, like, what I'm saying is kind of trying to draw a parallel with when he's saying that these fights are. What's up?
Continue. I understand where you're coming from. As far as the anticlimactic thing.
Yeah, as far as the anticlimactic fights, I just feel that. I mean, I don't know what kind of criteria you really think of it, because I know you like One Punch Man, and I feel like those are anticlimactic. So I'm just trying to see where you're coming from.
Those are okay. Let's put it in perspective. Let me try to make you understand as far as where I'm coming from. Let's say there's the fight, and then there's the conclusion. For Katanagatari, I would give the fights, everything up to the conclusion, I would give those a 7, an 8, rarely. And then the conclusion, I would give a 5.
Damn.
For One Punch Man, the fight up to that conclusion are 9 or 10. And the conclusion, obviously, 0, because we know it's going to be one punch. I enjoyed the ride way more all the way up to that point than I did that entire Katanagatari thing. Because Katanagatari, I'm like, okay, inconclusive. I mean, well, not inconclusive, anticlimactic. It's like, okay, anticlimactic. And then for One Punch Man, it's, ooh, badass, one punch. I knew the one punch was coming, and the times he does the one punch, you can't deny. Some of them are fucking awesome. The dude punched and the whole stopped raining. The dude punched and the mountain behind it exploded. Come on, Sal. Even though it's anticlimactic, it's still kind of badass.
It's cool though. You know what's gonna happen. I guess
we know the one punch is gonna happen. What the fuck is gonna happen after he does that one punch? Because every time he does it, come on, son. Anyway. Like
I just wanted to segue from my earlier discussion about how I think One Punch Man's overrated. So this is a perfect time to bring it in.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. I could understand your opinion on it, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Like, it's not like he's just one punching them and then that's it.
Rico, I know what you're trying to
say. Leaving out the other stuff around it.
Rico, I know what you're trying to say. It's like when you watch a superhero movie, you know the superhero is going to win in the end. It's just how he wins.
Yeah, like we know the protagonist on.
You know Avengers are going to win. You know the Avengers are going to win. It's just how do they win? That's the fun part of it. I hear you.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to get across.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Hey Chris, you saw some of the anime. What did you think of what you saw?
I thought the episodes were I only watched the first 2. I thought it was a little long. Like, it was drawn out to fill that 50 minutes, and I felt like they could have resolved things a lot quicker, gotten to the point. Like, the first episode, I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, she's meeting them for the first time. She goes to the island, figures out he's a bumpkin, but he's really skilled. And then I swear, like, I'm like waiting. I'm like, is the bad guy gonna show up? And then he finally shows up, and they talk for a long time, and then they have a whole thing. He kidnaps her or whatever. So I'm like, okay. Usually you're used to, like, by now they introduced each other and they're gonna fight, but they didn't fight for like another 20 minutes after that, and then they finally fought, and he beats him up in like 2 seconds. From what I saw, I would be interested to watch more, but it was a little hard for me to get through those. And then the second episode, I agreed with LeRay because it was like they went clothes shopping, and he looked exactly the same. He was even more naked after she bought clothes for him than before. Like, his other outfit was fine, and she's like, "Oh, you can't walk around naked in winter." It's like, and then he only had sleeves on and like hammer pants. I'm like, how's that any better? So that was kind of interesting. And then they introduced that other ninja, and then that swordsman killed him in like 2 seconds, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I guess he's gonna fight the swordsman. I was a little confused how they were setting that up, but I would definitely try to watch it this month now that I have a little more time and get through it. But I just felt like it didn't need to be 50 minutes long. I think they could
have wrapped everything up in.
Yes, exactly. I almost felt like they they felt like they needed 50 minutes, but they didn't. They stretched everything out to fill the time instead of needing the time to tell the story. Like it could have been done in a condensed way, in a normal episode time frame, like 20, 25 minutes, to easily tell the same story.
Hey Carlos, how did you watch it? Did you watch it as it was airing, so monthly, or did you watch it?
No, I watched it maybe like a year and a half ago, I think, and I watched it maybe once per day, maybe twice a day, depending on how much I like the episode. But yeah, I can agree if the episode was maybe a little bit slow, then it would make me not want to watch another one, just to not want to feel that again. But I don't know. I really like most of the episodes.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was good, and yeah.
Yeah, what I saw I thought was good, and I'm definitely curious to see more to keep watching it. But I'd say like the only problem was like especially the first episode. The first episode you usually want to like kick everyone in the face so that they keep watching, and that didn't really happen. You know, when he fought that guy, like that fight was so dragged out. Like they fought on the beach and then they stopped and he kidnapped the girl and then they had a whole long dialogue, and I felt like this is only happening because this episode's 50 minutes long. Like everything would have got to the point. Like you could have had the fight and everything, and he really the fight should have been the key thing. Like they were talking a long time, and he was walking around like, okay, we get it, we know who he is, and all this stuff. So I feel like it could have been shorter, but you know I'll watch the rest of it this month and you know form
There
my
was
whole
another.
opinion.
There was another fight. Like I said, there was a lot of fights. I thought there was another one. I think her name was Maisai Tsuraga or Tsurad Suraga, I think. She's the girl with the black hair, and she was the one he was no, that was not the one he was training with. But I remember there was one part in the fight where the fight started. She ran away. Chichika chased her, um, and she got him into the woods. And in the woods there was a bunch of swords
Oh yeah.
latched onto the trees. And I'm like, okay, shit's about to go down. She's about to fuck him up. And then Chichika leaves the forest, and then they run out the forest, and then they stopped, and then she ran over. She picked up a sword around on the way and hit him with it, I think, and then she ran to another area, and then she chased him, and then I can't even remember the ending. I know she died, but it was like I don't know. Like I said, it was confusing, and I don't even know what was the point of the sword thing in the forest. 'Cause I was like, once again, I was like, something really badass could have happened, and I just thought the choreography wasn't to my taste, I guess.
All right. I guess that's pretty much it for Katanagatari. So let's move on to the anime we're anticipating watching in the future. So let's start with Carlos. What are you anticipating watching, man?
I think I might go back to watching Dragon Ball Super. I think might be around the time where I need to catch up. As for that, I think I always say I want to watch more movies, more anime movies. I watched the two One Piece movies recently, so I might watch more One Piece and some other stuff. Now that finals is going to be over around in the next couple of weeks and Christmas time and a lot of break, so I might have to marathon a couple of stuff. So good time to catch up on stuff.
Hell
That's
yeah,
about
man. Manny, what about you?
I guess I'm going to finish watching Death Note and get all the way through. Right now, I'm at the point where they've everybody literally finds out what the Death Note is, and they see the other Shimigami,
Yeah.
the white one. I forget what his name was, or her name was, whatever.
I think
Yeah, Rem. You see Rem. They get to see Rem, and they start asking her questions about stuff. And then finally, Light has got his memory back once he did, and then that portion of time when
Yeah.
everything kind of comes out. So
I think I'm one of the.
I'm gonna finish watching that off, and there's a couple of anime on Netflix that I was mildly interested in. Maybe I'll get back into Fate Zero, or no, Fate Stay Night, and then watch Zero. It just and just the one thing about at least watching the first, Fate Stay Night series is just it's very formulaic. Each week is a new guy. Like, ha! I'm the evil. You can't beat me. Stuff like that.
And that's an Unlimited Blade Works, right?
No, that's the original one.
Oh, it's the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every week, it's like every single episode is just like, it's like, oh, I've got school problems. Oh my God. Ah, yes. Now I need to battle you. Oh no, I was beaten. Now I will overcome you.
Oh man! All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean that's about it. I don't remember the names of the shows that I have on my little Netflix list, but I'll eventually get to them and I'll talk about them.
All right, Riku. What about you, man?
Okay. As far as you're just talking about December, right?
We're talking about just I guess December, just to keep it short for you.
Yeah. Because when I say in general, man, I can keep you here all night.
Do the whole
I just try to keep it
podcast
in December as far as what I'm going to watch.
Podcast on that, Riku.
Riku's list.
Anyway. Yeah, for December, by the time we talk about anime the next time, what do I look forward to watching? Obviously the anime of the month. For December, I'm still hitting the backlog. There's one that I put on hold a while ago, and I want to knock it out. It's called Sengoku Kushi. It's a war anime about the Three Kingdoms, and there's a couple of war anime that I'm going to start after this one, but I wanted to finish this one because before I hop into the other ones, I just don't want this sitting here being unfinished. Other than that, I wanted to watch Hajime no Ippo, but I think with Sengoku Kushi, the anime of the month, and a couple other stuff I want to do that aren't anime related, I think that's probably all I can get done in December.
Would you be starting Hajime no Ippo?
Well, I've seen the first 75 episodes earlier this year, so I'm talking about Hajime no Ippo, New Challenger to be exact. New Challenger. That one's 26 episodes, but I think I'm going to start that one in January. So, but as far as just December, Sengoku Kushi. Yeah, just Sengoku Kushi and the anime of the month. And obviously, I'm still trying to get caught up on everything that I'm currently watching because I'm currently watching apparently 11 things. Jeez. And I'm only caught up with Super, One Punch, and Gundam. Everything else I'm either one or more episodes behind it, and that's Gaku Sentoshi, Garo, Haikyuu, Noragami, Orari no Seif, Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry, Tama Gakuen 35 Shinken Shotai, and Young Blackjack. All of those I need to get caught up on. So I'm looking forward to getting caught up on all of those hoes.
Oh man.
Like you guys said, I mean, even though I finished quite a handful of anime last month, I was still gaming also. Like I platinum Tales of this Hysteria, 200 plus hours. Finished a manga. It was 100 plus chapters of a manga and a couple other stuff. I'm behind in freaking Arrow and Flash Trooper. We're not going to talk about those.
What about Big Brother?
Season 15.
We'll talk about Big Brother. I'm not even actually all the way up to season 15. I'm just watching season 15. My sister said to watch season 15. Because like I said, I mean, obviously people are recommending me stuff that aren't even anime, and I want to watch those too. So that's why I only have one thing on my December list is Sengoku Kushi, because obviously other forms of entertainment are like, oh, we want attention too. I'm like, all right, one anime and Otanime, and that's all I can do. and getting caught up with what I already started. So yeah.
All right. I guess I'll go next. I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'm trying to catch up on shit. You know, so yeah, I'm anticipating finishing up, catching up to all the Toonami stuff, and I think they're almost done with Michiko and Hatchin, so I'm looking forward to whatever they replace that show with. You know, I know some people. Here's what I don't understand about Toonami: people are honestly complaining that they're not rerunning shit from back in the day. Why would you do that? Like, Toonami's about new anime. Why are you gonna show old shit?
There's a lot of new anime I wish would hit Toonami.
Yeah, and Toonami's getting them faster than usual. Like, look at fucking Sword Art Online was there fast, Parasite, you know, So yeah, I'm anticipating whatever they got. And obviously there's a lot of shit that you guys have been talking about that I want to see, like One Punch Man. I gotta catch up on Super. I want to watch fucking Gangsta because that sounds pretty fucking cool. Yeah, a bunch of shit, but yeah, the main thing.
I think Gangsta might be coming to Toonami.
Then I'll wait then. You know, because I just like watch. You know, the thing is, I don't like binge watching anime. I like getting drips of it every week like that. The problem is when I do have a million games to play, all that shit gets, you know, because because I think Toonami has like 6 shows on there, and I watch 5 of them. I watch almost everything, you know. Like the only show I'm not watching now is Kill la Kill because I already finished it, you know. And I think they got Attack on Titan, but again, I finished that twice already. I watched the original one and then the dub one.
Ready for season 2 this spring, huh? Man, wait, no, are you waiting for the dub or?
No. Wait, Attack on Titan. There's no waiting. There's no waiting. You know. But then again, I said that the original time. Then what happened? E3 came around. Then I didn't get back to Attack on Titan until like maybe 5 months later or something. You know. So yeah, that's what I'm anticipating watching all that shit. Hopefully, again. Fallout has just taken up everything, you know, and it's like, and it's not a matter of like, okay, let me put Fallout aside so I could watch some shit. While I'm watching this shit, I'm thinking about Fallout. It's like, what's the point of even watching it if I don't want to watch it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to get to
you obsessed.
No, yeah, obsessed. It's addicted, man. It's beyond obsession.
I have those modes too, where
you know what I'm talking about, Riku. It's like that itch. It's like,
for me, it's not really an itch. It's more like modes. Like I like to call it. I have 4 different modes. It's TV watching mode, anime watching mode, manga reading mode, and gaming mode. I'm either in one of those phases. I'm either in one of those phases at one point. Right now, I'm in the game and I'm playing Persona 4 Golden on my Vita. Before that, it was manga. I was reading JoJo's Part 4, 174 chapters, all that stuff. And then before that, it was Katanagatari, and before that, it was gaming mode with Hysteria. So I'm just like hopping in there. That's probably why I'm behind in freaking Arrow and Flash, because I haven't been in TV mode in a while.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm behind on those shows too. I'm completely behind on Arrow because my DVR just decided not to record it, even though I have it set up. Flash, I'm like 2 episodes behind, so you know I gotta get Arrow that other way, you know.
That last Flash episode though.
I heard some things. Stop. Chill.
Don't fuck it up. All I know is like Flash. You know, the last episode I saw, he's getting it in with that blonde chick. I'm like, do it, brother. Do your thing, man. That woman's fine. You know. But the thing is, like, I'm looking at this chick, right? I'm like, yeah, that girl's fine as hell. Then I look at Iris. I'm like, oh, damn, forget about it.
All those girls, man.
Well, but this can be off though.
Iris is ridiculously hot, man.
Yeah,
the only thing about Iris is she's always always fucking up the story.
Yeah,
she's always like, oh, I don't know why you're doing this. Yeah, like, oh, come on, Iris.
Well, it gets better when she finds out. Anyway, LeRay, what happened?
How Barry like broke up with that cute Asian girl because of Iris, and then he ultimately ends up with the blonde chick. I'm like, you just broke that girl's heart for no reason.
Yeah, that's true. But then again,
another show. I was actually in TV mode. This month to watch Jessica Jones. I did finish Jessica Jones.
Well, we're not gonna talk about that here because
true. I'm just saying.
That's why I said to stop it.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't get me started on that show, man.
But yeah, Riku, I was saying that I'm anticipating cleaning up my anime. I'm anticipating cleaning up my DVR in general. There's so much shit there. I got every comic book show except Walking Dead. Walking Dead's the only one I consistently watch every week. I don't mess around with that. But see, here's the thing. Something always throws me off because I was in a good mode for about 5 days. I was watching all my Toonami shit every day consistently, right? And then Black Friday hit, and I got an Xbox One. I fucked that up. Exactly. All right, LeRay, what you got, man? What do you say?
I like to mention how Toonami has become like this platform where that these anime publishers release the English versions before they even release the Blu-ray. I find that kind of interesting. I don't know how they did it back in the day, but like But seeing Parasite on Tsunami before I'm able to get the Blu-ray, the English Blu-ray for it, I find that crazy.
Pretty interesting though, right?
Yeah. But
I do know. I do remember someone telling me, LeRay, that actually back in the day, the way you won it is the way they actually used to do it. It used to come out retail, and then they used to play it on TV.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. Not like that anymore.
Yeah.
But let's see, it's kind of weird. Like I don't watch anime that much these days because I feel like I get it directly fast, the content, the story, everything I need up to date by reading the manga.
Manga God.
The manga guy, but like there have to be like 2 conditions for me to read to watch anime. Either that I read the manga already and I was like, yo, I need to watch this animated and start watching the anime, or that the anime is completely original and that I have to watch it and it interests me. So I'm saying that my list is very bare minimum. I have like lots of stuff I need to watch. But like this is what I found. Cyborg 009. I guess they've been coming out with movies.
Yeah.
That I loved that anime as a kid back in the day. A really old classic one. Also Digimon, that movie.
Digimon.
Oh shit.
No, monsters.
Hey man, let the show go.
There you go. Chris, man, what about you? Oh, did you finish the raid? You said let the show
No,
go.
I'm still going.
Okay, go ahead.
I need to catch up with I mean, Ra's there right now. Even though reviews say I'm not ready for it and I'm gonna get bored of it, I'm gonna watch Gundam Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? You gonna watch Thunderbolt? Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not watch this? Watch Unicorn.
No, fuck no. Don't watch Unicorn.
Unicorn's good.
No, but you need to appreciate and enjoy Unicorn. I think you need to understand the world that you see. But for Thunderbolt, I think you can definitely get into Thunderbolt. Because Thunderbolt has its, even though it's in the Universal Century timeline, it has its own set story, and you don't need that much background on UC to understand Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt, I would definitely say watch Thunderbolt over Unicorn. But like I told you, there's only going to be 4 Thunderbolt episodes, and they're going to be coming out, I think, once every couple months. So there's that.
Also Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. I need to watch that.
That's your choice.
And then Big Order.
Big Order, yes. Fuck, where's that OVA? I can't find it anywhere.
Oh no. I don't know, but we need to find it. But other than that, man, it's gonna be manga reading and the anime of the month.
Awesome. All right, Chris, what are you anticipating?
I gotta continue Dragon Ball Super. I stopped about 3 episodes in, so I gotta keep going. And I want to watch the 2 movies too. I haven't seen those movies. I haven't seen the Resurrection F or the one before it. So I wanted to watch those. So I'm definitely gonna do that. I did start watching the show, and I think I missed a couple episodes in the middle of it. Robotics Notes. It was on TV, so because I got the animation channel. So I was watching it. It was kind of fun, but it's one of those shows where it's like it starts simple, and then all of a sudden all this epic shit starts happening for no reason, and I'm like, what the hell does this have to do with this story? But like but I kind of enjoyed it. It kept me engaged, so I kept watching it, and it was pretty
Isn't
good.
that? No, okay,
Yeah?
no, I'm thinking of something. It is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I don't know what you're thinking of.
Are you
thought
in my mind?
My mind.
Damn
No,
it! Go ahead. I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, okay. So there's that. Yushio Totoro, I have to catch up on. I'm about 3 episodes behind on that, so I'm
It
watching that
is
show.
Robotics Notes. Sorry to cut you off. That's the one that's in the alternate setting for Steins Gate.
Oh, so it has that semicolon in between the names?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's kind of
does.
like, because I could have swore I was talking to someone about Robotics Note like a day and a half ago, and I was like, is this the same thing? Oh, okay, yeah. Alternate. It's in the alternate setting for Steins Gate.
Yeah, it is very good. I didn't get the sense of Steins Gate's pretty dark from what I watched. Robotics Notes is not near. I mean, when you get to the end, yeah, there's some dark shit happening, but Steins Gate that shit was happening from the beginning.
Yeah.
So where the tone got weird in Robotics Notes, like way later in the show. Let's see, what else was I thinking of? I guess that's it. The only thing, I mean, I guess since we talked a little about TV, the only thing I caught up on, because my buddy got me the episodes, was Ash versus Evil Dead.
Nice.
I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, so I shotgun that stuff, and I love Bruce Campbell, so I watched that whole thing. It's great.
I have to say I mean, this is the anime show, but that fucking demon, that shaking demon, that thing is fucking scary.
Yeah, that looked like it came out of an anime.
Yeah.
When he summoned Elagos. Yeah, that was crazy.
All right, that's it, Chris.
Yeah, that's it for me. That's what I need to catch. It's definitely gonna be Dragon Ball December for me.
Yeah. All right. Anime that we're gonna be watching next month in December, the final anime of the month, or for 2015. Manny, what are we going to be watching?
Actually, I'm gonna go a little bit simple with something I just watched and I thought it was fun. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest show out there, but I think it's also very easy to find, which is the Seven Deadly Sins show.
Okay. I had it on hold.
It's
I was 13 episodes in, so I thought I was gonna finish it before season 2 comes out next year. So thank you.
Yeah, it's a fun show. I mean, it has it in some ways it's predictable, but I do think it has little bits in there that are like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, okay, but it never gets too deep. It's got some really good fight scenes inside of it. I like,
we'll get more into it, next month. Don't give too much away.
Yeah.
But, okay, so there we go. That's what
there
we're
you go. Seven Deadly Sins. It's on Netflix right now, so it's really easy to get.
And it's
hopefully it's on Kiss Anime or Eriku. What's the status with Kiss Anime? Because something happened with Kiss Anime. Basically, like everything went down, right? Like, explain the whole situation. What happened?
So digital management, copyright.
Yo, man, a Popo came in.
Yes, DMCA. Popo came in, and they just fucked Kiss Anime in the ass. They destroyed damn near all of the stuff that they had in their catalogs, and the only thing they had were literally the things they uploaded about a day and a half ago, and it was just crazy. But they actually made a really, really good recovery. I think they damn near have everything they lost back up. And I'm surprised because they said it was going to take a long, long, long time. And when they said that, you remember when they went down and they were down for like a month?
Yeah.
When I heard them say long, I was like, oh shit, dude. We're talking about like multiple months of this being down. And that's what I thought it was going to be. But they got it up in like, it was down for like 6 days, and then they got all their shit back. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive.
Most of their shit. I went on there to watch a One Piece episode that my DVR didn't record, and it was like, hey, because of this, we don't have it yet. Fuck.
When was that? So I wouldn't be
like 2 days after it happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like I said, it took them about 4 to 6 days to get every single thing they had back in their shit. So if you looked at it right now, I would be surprised if they still don't have. I mean, it is One Piece. They do have 800 plus. So I vaguely wouldn't be surprised if it was for One Piece. But like I said, everything I tried to check for that it was down is back up again.
Yo, I swear that like Kiss Anime should be like paying you or something because
it really should.
If people like hit you up on Twitter, like, what happened?
What happened? Wait, calm down. Customer service support for Kiss Anime. No, my friend was actually telling me about another site. He actually told me about this earlier today called Anilinks. Anilinks. I'll probably type it in the chat, but Anilinks, that's probably a really, really, really good alternate to Kiss Anime. They actually get their shit. Apparently, my friend was telling me they get their shit before anybody, before even Daisuke, and I obviously don't know, so I had to take his word for it. But they did have a couple things that I know Kiss Anime is supposed to have, like today, like Haikyuu. Haikyuu wasn't out yet, and they had it before Kiss Anime. I was like, okay, well that's a good example. They do get their shit before Kiss Anime. And I tried it on my PS4. It did work on PS4. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay, so this is actually a really good alternate. So that when Kiss Anime starts fucking up, I'm going to Netherlands.
Yeah. By the way, funny thing, because the reason I love Kiss Anime is because it works on PS4, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
let me test this Xbox One shit. Let me throw Kiss Anime on there.
Mhm.
Dude, it was better than on PS4. You know how you have to like switch to HTML? Xbox
Yeah.
like, bitch, here you go.
Well,
Download the cloud, bro.
to be
It's
fair,
because they don't they have Flash, right?
no, Xbox is running Internet Explorer like full blown.
Yeah.
So that's why it works well. I think they're using IE Edge, whatever's in Windows 10.
Yeah, it's Edge, yeah.
Well, like I was watching Kids Anime earlier today. You don't have to switch anymore. It just does it automatically.
Okay.
Well,
that's good.
it doesn't do it automatically. The reason we had to switch it in the first place because PS4's internet browser didn't support Flash. So when you go to Kiss Anime, it's defaulted at the Flash
Yeah, it's default,
media
yeah.
player. So you have to switch it to HTML5. But recently,
The default.
say it again.
Didn't they default to HTML5 now? They switched it around. Because when
No,
I go there, it defaults to HTML5.
Really,
Like I never have to switch it. Yeah.
do you have an account with them?
No.
Go there
Oh,
right now.
okay.
But I
That's
usually watch it
interesting.
on my computer. I just load it in Chrome, like I'm using right now, and
That's interesting.
it used to just start with the Flash player, and I used to
Yeah.
just switch it. But now it seems to default to HTML5. I don't know why. I don't have an account.
That's interesting. I know more
Yeah.
people use HTML5 over Flash, so they probably like let's just make HTML5 the default. But the point is, both of them are working now, so that's good. But yeah, I know someone that watches their stuff on the Xbox One also. So that's good that it works
I
everywhere.
find it funny on Kiss Anime. It says the player HTML5 lightweight mobile supported, and then it says Flash not recommended.
Exactly. It's freaking bracket not recommended. But it works anyway. I mean, I tried Flash when I was watching a couple of things. It was good. It was good. I didn't see an issue with it. But yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. A couple of notes here for you guys. The next episode of Otanime will actually be before the New Year's over. You know, the year's over because, we're not going to be recording during New Year's and shit. That ain't happening. So I'm letting the fans know, and you guys know here, too. We're going to probably record a week or two before the year ends. Just have it ready and maybe have it air on the week of Christmas or something. Whenever the final week is. Not the week. We'll probably air it the final week, the week of New Year's. That's when we'll air it, and that's where we're going to introduce our new little format, which I'm looking forward to, where we're basically going to give you guys a list of every anime we're going to watch that year. Because the reason we're going to do that is because I just realized I can't watch anime or much anything in November. So if I know, hey, November we're going to be watching that, let me watch that shit now. So you guys will see it. We'll give you a full rundown of how it's going to go. It's going to be pretty fucking cool. So once again, Tony Polanco from the Coalition. Tonight was joined by Emilio Lopez.
Now I am 5,000 times more powerful than I was.
Rika-san 1.
Young Riku-san 1. Peace out.
Carlos Romero.
Cheerio!
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
And of course the manga god, LeRay Williams.
Oh, yeah, manga god.
All right, guys, later.
Peace.
There it is.